the rite of spring. Morning dove and the sparrows sing. Through the light that the sun will bring, reborn. Flocks are creeping on the wall. Swallowtail heeds the northern call, and the last of the frost will thaw, reborn. In the warmth of the spring, I recall everything once more.
Hi friends, and welcome back to another vlog. I'm going to be bringing you along with me today and probably for the weekend, and going to hopefully have a few productive days. It's been easier for me lately to start my vlogs at the end of the week and film over the weekend because, to be completely honest, I feel like I've spent every day this week running around. This is the first morning where I actually can enjoy a peaceful morning at home without having to rush out of the house right away. Not only is it the end of the semester, but I also have a bunch of editing I've been trying to get caught up on, and then my internship is also wrapping up at the end of April, so I've been spending a few more days over there at my internship in their office. So that's kind of the gist of what I've been up to. I have a lot of life updates that I want to share with you guys in this vlog, but I'm gonna get my day started right now. I just made myself a delicious breakfast bagel because I have a heated workout class later today at noon, so I want to eat something that's going to be a little bit more, you know, filling. I also have a call with my manager just to go over a few updates in about a half hour, so I need to finish getting ready before then. It's slowly starting to feel like spring here in Montreal. We did have some snow earlier this week, which was not the vibe, but it's starting to look a little bit sunnier, starting to get warmer, so that's making me really excited for warmer weather ahead, because I just can't wait to lay in my hammock outside with my book. That is peak summer to me, and the day that the hammock finally gets out of the shed is going to be a glorious day, I can tell you that. Without further ado, I'm gonna have my breakfast right now, get ready really quick, and then get changed, and I'll see you guys once it's time to get my day started. Look at that color. That is a good matcha. It is currently almost 11 a.m. I need to head out in a minute because I have my workout class, as I was telling you guys about. But I had a call with my manager this morning, which was really nice. We just went over some brand updates for April and kind of things that are coming up. It was really refreshing because we were also talking about just like my channel as a whole and kind of what my plans are for the summer. Obviously wanting to do content and be consistent on here, but also wanting to maintain balance and not burn myself out. So that was really nice, and I feel like I always leave those calls feeling really inspired. For the time being, as I said, I have a hot bar class, and then I'm meeting up with my friend Krista later this afternoon to do some work together. We did this last week, and I feel like it's been really nice to have a work partner or a study buddy. I have a lot of editing I need to catch up on, so that is really my priority for the rest of the day. And then I'm also gonna have a bit of time to kill between my workout class and when I'm actually meeting up with my friend. So I think I might actually go to Brandy Melville and see if they have any cute things for spring. It's kind of on my way, so might as well. I should probably head out now, so I'm gonna grab all my stuff and I'll see you guys later. My train was 20 minutes late, so luckily I managed to call and they were able to transfer me into the yoga class, which is like 15 minutes later. All is well, but I'm definitely speed walking to get there on time. morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I just made myself a smoothie for breakfast. This has pineapple, mango, and strawberries. Very good. And it is already, in fact, 11:30. I've had a very chill Sunday morning. I slept in, which was really nice, and took some time journaling in bed, but it is about time I get my day started. I actually wrote out a little to-do list to keep myself on track. For the most part today, I really just have to catch up on editing. That's like my main task that I feel like I'm constantly having to stay on track with, but I have a bunch of short form videos that I have just like sitting on my hard drive, so I'd love to go through all of them ideally and edit every single video. It's not necessarily that time consuming, it's just that I have to sit down and get it all done. I also didn't film yesterday, which was Saturday, because I had a very mundane day. I just pretty much spent the entire day cleaning up the house. It's really been a resetting kind of weekend. I took all day yesterday to clean, and now I'm catching up on work today to get myself on track for the week. I did want to give you guys a bit of a haul because I did end up getting some things from Brandy Melville when I went on Friday. I feel like it's always hit or miss in there. Like, they always are changing out the things that are on display, so it's kind of just a matter of luck and seeing what they have in store when I go in. And I feel like they always have a lot of really good staple basics that I find myself always reaching for in my closet. So all this to say, I thought I would go in and see what they have. I'm specifically also kind of on the hunt for some pieces for spring and summer that I can add into my wardrobe, because I feel like in terms of winter clothing, I love to wear sweaters, so I have a bunch of those. But then as soon as it gets warm out, I don't really have that many clothes to wear. And I feel like it's hard for me to dress cute in the summertime because the only thing I'm thinking about is being comfortable and not being super sweaty. So anyways, I got a few things for spring and summer, and I think eventually down the line I'm gonna do like a big spring cleaning and kind of clean out my closet, swap out my winter clothes for my summer clothing, and that way I can really see what it is that I have and maybe even go thrifting for some summer clothes. We will see. First things first, I just got this very basic white tank top, but it has these kind of thicker straps, which I liked. I know this is nothing very groundbreaking in terms of fashion, but I truly feel like these are the kind of basics I end up wearing the most on a day-to-day basis. And then also when I tried it on, obviously this is like the way it's supposed to face, with like the lower neck kind of in the front, but I also tried it on backwards just to see, and it does have like the logo on the back, but it doesn't really peek through when I wear it backwards. So I could also wear it facing the other side with kind of a higher neckline. I don't know, this is just me trying to get the most versatility out of what I have, but basic white tank top, I feel like you can't go wrong with that. And then I also got a basic kind of white tee. This is more of like a heather gray. It's a little bit darker, and the neckline is kind of not necessarily off the shoulders, but like more of a scoop neckline, which I liked. And then last but not least, I'm very excited about this one because I think it is very up my alley. It is this weight long sleeve, and it's actually more of a quarter sleeve, and then the neckline had this kind of detailing that I thought was really cute. I figured I can very easily like dress this up or down depending on the occasion, and I really need to like buy more colorful clothing because I realize most of the clothes I wear on a daily basis are black or white or some shade of gray, and I really want to incorporate more color. I think it's super cute. I just can never pull the trigger because I feel like I don't really know what colors suit me that much. Occasionally, if I'm feeling kind of wild, I might wear some navy, but I feel like I don't really take many risks when it comes to different colors and patterns. But then I feel like whenever I wear something a little bit more colorful or a bit more out there, then I get more compliments. So maybe that's a sign that I should take more risks, because unfortunately I love my basic staples. That is my little haul from Brandy. I am actually gonna finish getting ready. I'm still in my PJs right now, so I'm gonna change probably into some comfy sweats. I'm just staying home today, so I love to be comfortable. I was thinking I might actually curl my hair. Even though I'm not leaving the house, I just washed it yesterday, so it might be nice to style it, and then that way it can be curled for the week ahead as well. I'm gonna do that, and then we can get to work on my to-do list for the day. myself this beautiful vanilla matcha. I finally made some homemade vanilla syrup yesterday, so I am very much looking forward to adding that to all my matchas this week. It's just equal parts sugar, water, and then I added some vanilla extract, a little bit of salt, and vanilla bean paste. It is so good. I don't know why, I'm not usually a vanilla matcha kind of person, but I've been really enjoying them. As you can see, I curled my hair and I was like, while I'm at it, why not also do a bit of makeup just to make me feel a bit more put together, even though I'm just sitting here and gonna be doing some editing. On that note, I think I'm gonna put a timer on my phone so I'm not tempted to go on there while I work. Let's get to editing. It is a few hours later. I have in fact not left this chair all afternoon and I've just been sitting in front of my computer, and I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm going a little crazy. Like, I can see the sun beginning to go down and I feel like I just need to touch some grass. I need to do something that's not staring at my screen for a little bit. I did manage to edit some content for Instagram, so I'm happy about that. However, I do have my vlog that I want to edit that's hopefully going to go up tomorrow, so I'll just get to that later tonight. For now, I think I'm actually going to go read in bed for a little bit. I have some book updates I want to give to you guys, and again, I feel like I just need to do something that's not staring at my screen. Gonna have a snack, grab my book, have a bit of a break, and we will get back to work afterwards. I just cut up some apples and I have some cookie butter, which is honestly 10 out of 10 snack. I also cleaned up my room yesterday, so when I walked in, everything is just nice and tidy, which I feel like helps me relax. Knowing I have a clean space, I can just like fully unplug and I don't have anything to worry about. I have this little mist that I use as like a room spray. And it makes my room smell really good. I feel like it's kind of like when you walk in a store and the store has a distinct smell. It's kind of the same. But anyways, I'm gonna take a bit of a break from my screen and read for a little bit. I'm currently reading The Bright Years. I think one of the reasons why this was on my list is because I believe it was a very highly rated or reviewed book on Goodreads last year. I feel like I saw it in a list somewhere, and also a few booktubers I like to watch recommended it, so I figured I would try it out. I'm also trying to make an effort to read more literary fiction because I think I realized, I want to say over the past year and a half or so, that a lot of the books that I gave higher ratings were literary fiction, or they were, for instance, like romance with a side of literary fiction. I feel like it's nice to also discover authors with different writing styles, and oftentimes I feel like distinct styles shine through a lot more in literary fiction. But anyways, I am really not far into this whatsoever. I've just been reading it on my commute whenever I can, so I am on page 46 of I think like 200 something. Also, if you were wondering how I'm doing in terms of my resolution of wanting to read more personal finance books, I have not made any more progress, and I'm honestly kind of ashamed. I have had this resolution since January of wanting to read 2 personal finance books, and for some reason, I just have no motivation to do it. And I know you shouldn't rely on motivation, but when it comes to reading, I feel like I'm just very easygoing with myself, and as long as I'm reading something actively, then that's all that really matters. I've got my blanket, I've got my book, and I'm gonna get to reading. Hello friends, it is me again. It's a few hours later. It's actually already 9:30. Genuinely, what have I done all day? I could not tell you. It feels like every single day I just sit in front of my computer, and obviously I know I'm getting work done, but at the end of my day, it doesn't feel that way for some reason. After reading for a little bit, I ended up having dinner with my family, and then I finally finished editing the vlog that I'm gonna post tomorrow. So that feels great. I didn't get around to making the thumbnail though, so I still have to do that tomorrow morning, but I'm just gonna call it a day in terms of work. I feel like I can always find something else to do and to add to my to-do list, but I really just need to call it a night sometimes. I'm actually making cookies right now. I've had the biggest chocolate chip cookie craving for the past few days, so I'm finally giving into it and making some cookies, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to give you some life updates. My semester is actually finishing tomorrow. Tomorrow is my last day of classes, and I do have an assignment due later this month, but after that I'm pretty much done with uni. I do have one more semester in the fall and I'm going abroad, but because I'm going abroad, I feel like it's hard for me to really consider that as school. Obviously I know it's called studying abroad, but I'm more interested in the abroad part than the studying, if I'm being honest. In some ways, I'm kind of done with uni. At least I finished all the credits that needed to go towards my film production degree, so I'm kind of done with film school, and that is a very bizarre feeling, and it kind of is a little bit anticlimactic, if I do say so myself. I think because I'm going abroad this fall, it's weird for me to really feel like, okay, I've made it, I'm done with school, because again, I have an extra semester left to do, but I feel like I've reached a point right now where I have been thinking more and more about life post-grad, and that is a very bizarre feeling because I've been a student all my life. Obviously, a big part of my identity is rooted in being a student. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, what am I gonna do with my days? I'm gonna have to look for a job, which obviously is worrying, but also exciting in a way. As you may know, if you've been keeping up with my vlogs this semester, I did a producing internship. So I was interning at a film production company, and that was super fun and super insightful. And I really feel like it kind of confirmed my interest in becoming a producer. And that internship is ending at the end of April. So as of May 1st, I have no plans pretty much, other than obviously I'm going to continue making videos for you guys, but I don't have an internship, I don't have a job, I don't have any crazy travel plans until I leave for abroad around late August. So, and obviously being the type A person that I am, I was like, I have to fill this time with a project or with something that's going to keep me busy, because I know obviously making videos is kind of my job and it is obviously very time consuming, but I always prefer doing content and also doing something on the side, just because I feel like that allows me to have a lot more balance. I feel like when I'm making videos full time, then obviously I'm making lifestyle content, so suddenly my videos are about making content, and it's just kind of a cycle in that way. So anyways, I don't really know where I was going with that, but I think my approach going into summer break is I'm gonna take the month of May as kind of a trial month where I'm gonna give myself the time to rest, to relax, to actually do all the things I said I would do and try out different hobbies, enjoy time off of my phone, create and document more meaningfully and more intentionally. And then I guess we'll go from there. I feel like adopting that mindset of having kind of a trial period is actually taking a lot of pressure off of myself that I didn't know I had put on my shoulders. So that's that update in terms of my summer plans. I also, in case you were wondering, because I know some of you may be following me since last summer when I went to Banff, I did look into working there again this summer, but it's just unfortunately not going to work out. It's funny because I was rewatching some of my vlogs from last summer, and it was just so beautiful over there in Banff, and I definitely do miss it. At the end of the day, I just think it's better for me to spend the summer at home, especially seeing as I'm going to be away for the last 4 months of the year studying abroad. I just want to make the most out of the time I have here at home to obviously enjoy that with my friends, my family, and soak it all in. There are also a few logistical reasons as to why returning to Banff would not have been the right fit, one of those being that I wouldn't have had the same job as I had last summer. And that job had a very flexible schedule that also allowed me to post here on YouTube and just overall have a great balance when it comes to that. And the job I would have had I returned this summer, first of all, the dates would probably not have aligned well with study abroad, but it would also be a lot more of like a 9 to 5, and it would be a lot harder for me to film and edit content at the same time. And yeah, I feel like I thought about it a lot, but in the end, my gut was just like, I need to have a Montreal summer, and that's okay. Now, as for the update that a lot of you are probably wanting to hear about, which, I mean, maybe you aren't, maybe you guys don't care, but for me, this is very exciting. And that is, where am I going to study abroad? When I tell you, I am so excited to go on exchange. I feel like words can't express my excitement and anticipation. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to Dublin, Ireland. And I am so excited. I cannot put into words how excited I am, and I've known for 3 months, yet that excitement has not dwindled down 1%. Back in December, when I was looking into different schools and different places where I could go study abroad, I knew I wanted to be based in Europe because obviously a big part of going abroad for me is being able to travel, and I knew being based in Europe would make that a lot easier. Also, a lot of the cities and places I want to visit are in Europe, and for a long time I was really interested in the UK. My sister went on exchange in Edinburgh in Scotland and she loved it. When I visited her, we also visited London, and I really like that city, so I was looking into schools there, but to be honest, the schools there and like the campus weren't that appealing to me. London is obviously such a big city that I was worried I would be kind of overwhelmed. At the time, I hadn't really ever considered Ireland or Dublin, but for some reason, it just like kept popping into my brain as an idea. And the more research I did, the more TikToks, honestly, I watched about people who'd gone on exchange there or studied there, the more it just convinced me. To sum things up, I feel like it was both a really difficult decision because there were so many options and so many places I was considering that I was also super interested in, but it was also very instinctual, and I feel like I just followed my gut, and my gut was telling me, go to Dublin. I am so excited and so thrilled. If you guys have been to Ireland or if you have any Dublin recommendations, I am so excited to plan this adventure with you guys and obviously bring you along for all of it. My friend Melina is also going with me as well, which is even more exciting. I forgot to mention, but I'm going to University College Dublin, which is in short called UCD. I also applied to another university in Dublin, but for some reason I'm forgetting what it's called. But I know I couldn't apply to Trinity, like that wasn't an option with my university. Both me and my best friend are going to the same uni, and that is just the cherry on top of the sundae with the whipped cream and all the above. Those are my life updates. I have been rambling for 20 minutes, so hopefully I managed to cut that down in editing because otherwise this video is going to be very long. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I am now going to make my cookies as promised, and I should probably get ready for bed soon because it's already getting pretty late. But enough chatting, let's get to baking.